Hello, I'm Dr. David Berv, and we're here with Chris, who has participated in our opioid recovery and floating case study. And I wanted to ask you, what was your biggest gain? What was your biggest success from floating regularly for the last 8 weeks?
Yeah, sure. So, I think it's been really nice, like having something to look forward to every week, where it's like, the stressors of trying to maintain that recovery where, I go to 12-step meetings, I work out regularly, I'm in school, and all of these things that pile on is such a shift, I think, for people in recovery who are used to just, that dereliction of using and getting high over and over again, and that chase. It's very different for me, and I think it's hard for a lot of people in recovery to kind of maintain that balance of having something every week to really look forward to, where you're just completely relaxed, and every muscle in your body is just kind of just floating and in suspense. It's a therapeutic value that I really honestly didn't think I was gonna have coming into the study. I kind of, from what I had heard about floating, I didn't really, in my head, before I'd ever done it, I didn't see how there would be any benefit to it. I'm like, okay, you're floating in a tank. I don't really see it until, I actually went in and I really saw like the level of tranquility that you get when you're in the tank, and then also the after effect. Like, I saw with my sleep, I had a lot of problems with insomnia and like anxiety before I would go to sleep, and then that correlation that I found, whereas my floats got more consistent and I got more used to it, where you go in and you get ready and then you can float and you're relaxed, and oftentimes I would fall asleep. I found that same process really helpful when I went home and I was in bed. I think, like, on a basis as consistent as I was floating, I just found it to have this tremendous impact on like my underlying stress and anxiety as well. A lot of that just really got out of the way.
How long did it take you before you started noticing effects with the floating?
Sure. So I think, right off the bat for that first float, I really felt that like relaxation in the tank, and then afterwards, for a couple hours, I just felt really good, like for the rest of the day, and then I think it took, maybe a couple more floats after that until I'd really gotten, consistent results, like a routine where I would come in and then I could just get relaxed. I think the first time I didn't really know what was going on almost. I was like, kind of, okay, now I'm floating and there's lights and this is, it was a little bit hard for me to relax and concentrate. And then, after I started getting on that consistent basis, I could see results last throughout the week. Honestly, I would feel like really euphoric after a float for a couple hours, and then it's like, more relaxed throughout the week, looking forward to my next float. That consistent basis just helped a lot. So I think, I really started to see results around the second or third float. I remember on my third float, I just instantly fell asleep. And then I woke up and I felt that kind of euphoria, relaxation, and then that lasted on through, the next couple of days at least, and I could really feel the effects like all the way throughout the week, throughout the whole study.
Did it last longer the more that you floated?
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. I think, it became like really routine and just really comfortable for me to show up here, and I would get really excited before, and then I'd show up and it's like, okay, then I go back and I get ready and I hop in the shower, and next thing you know, I'm in the tank and I'm just relaxed, which was really nice.
Excellent.
Absolutely.